Hi, I have a TBR to share with you for the month of November. Now, yes, it is the middle of the month, and well, why am I doing this TBR now? And there's a good reason for that. I like to get my NetGalley, Edelweiss, and First to Read titles done before the date of release, but that did not happen in September and October, so I'm trying to work on most of my September and October titles. Yes, there's going to be some here that either are not even out yet or come out in the month of November, but like I said, I'm trying to work on the backlog. But my plan didn't go as I wanted, so I pared the list down. I've managed to read 13 titles so far, and I am currently on the 14th, so the list ended up with 31 books on it, and here it goes. The first one here is In Cold Chocolate by Dorothy St. James. Now, this is the third book in the series. I didn't get a chance to read the first two, but it's doing fine as a standalone. By the way, I'm going to be glancing down at my phone to remember all these titles and so forth. The next is Under My Skin by Lisa Unger. That is an Edelweiss title, and I've had it for at least 3 or 4 months, but I'm finally going to be able to get to it. Then I have The Diary by Vikki, Pattis, which is for a blog tour. Then I have Take a Chance by Shelley Shepherd Gray. Now, this is the Bridgeport Social Club series #1. Now, when I got this book a few months back, I didn't know that, I wasn't aware of any future titles, but just today I discovered the second book in the series is on NetGalley. I requested it and it was approved this morning. Then we have For Once in My Life by Coleman. That's for a blog tour. Then I have Burning Ridge, and this is by Margaret Mizushima. This is the Timber Creek K9 Mystery #4, and I have not read the first few titles. Now, the next book is Father's Day Murder by Leslie Meier. This is the 10th book in the Lucy Stone series. I've read and reviewed the first 9, and at this point there's 25 titles, but they're being released every 3 or 4 months, so it will take me a while to catch up, and then once I do, hopefully I'll be able to review the newer titles as they come out. Her Final Confession by Lisa Regan. This is for a blog tour as well. This is the Detective Josie Quinn series, the 3rd or the 4th book. I know that I've read at least 1 or 2, but I forgot to check my notes to see how many I've already read. Let's see, we have The Promise by Katerina Diamond. This is the DS, which is Detective Sergeant in England, Imogene Gray #4 book, but I haven't read the first several titles. Then we have The Windmill Cafe, Christmas Trees by Poppy Blake. This is the 3rd in the series. I only was able to read the 2nd book, and I read that one back in June. Then we have a nonfiction, and it's very rare for me to have the time to read nonfiction titles, but when I saw this Kensington title, I thought, wow, I should grab it, and it's called Owning BiPolar by Michael J. Pipich. Now, I have bipolar disorder, so I thought maybe I might gain some benefit by reading this book. As it's nonfiction, that's not my first genre. I don't know if I'm going to read this all in one day like I generally read a book in a day, but I'm going to try to get into that towards the end of the month. Then we have Big Bad Cowboy by Colleen Bloom. Now, this one I got from the publisher, and as a matter of fact, here it is. It came from Forever, and I want to thank them for the book. Big Bad Cowboy is it's the Once Upon a Time series, Once Upon a Time in Texas, book #1, so it's the first of a new series. Then I have Glory and Death by J.D. Robb. This is the 2nd in the series. Currently there's 47 titles, but there's 2 more, 48 and 49, that will be released in February and in May. Now, the exciting thing I want to tell you about Glory and Death, or the J.D. Robb series, is that when I found 2 hardbacks at my library back in September, I did a haul. And when I did this haul, one of my friends, who was Anne from A Colorful Life, she really loved the idea of seeing the Robb titles, so as a lover of the series, decided to start reading it again. Well, she just messaged me this morning and said that she has read 10 of these books in just in the last couple of months. I think that's exciting, and it makes me really look forward to continuing on. Moving on, we have The Exes Revenge by Joe Jakeman. This is an Edelweiss title. It's a psychological thriller, not part of a series or anything. Then there's Dark Tide Rising, which is an Ann Perry title, and it's William Monk number 24. No, I have not read that series, but I'm really hoping that it does well as a standalone and that I can pick up from here on in. We have Guess Who by Chris McGeorge. Then we have Wyoming Christmas Quadruplets. Yes, Wyoming Christmas Quadruplets. This is an HQ or Harlequin Love inspired book, which I've never read any of these before. And it's the Wyoming Cowboy series number 3, and I haven't obviously read the first 2 titles. Last on my list is The Night Stalker by Robert Bryndza. This is the Detective Erica Foster number 2 series, and I have read the first book in the series, and that is it. Let's see how I do. I may get them all read, and I may not, but that's my goal. All right, thank you.